Hello, happy Women's Day, happy Girl Child Day, happy Ladies Day, happy Mother's Day. I'm here with Bahati, my colleague, Bahati Ali. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day,
you look
Rita,
beautiful
and all
great.
women out there. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And I'm so
on a day
grateful.
like this, I don't know what is on your mind. You could just pour it to us. What is on your mind on a day like this?
I think I'm so excited.
Okay.
I am very, very excited seeing that today, to this world of these days of women out there are really recognized. And in record, we are seeing that we are not only empowered, but at least we have something that we can say we can stand on our own, not waiting to be empowered. I am happy about that because we don't need to get that information from someone saying that, you know, we have to give this one to the woman, we have to make them do this or that. We say we can stand by our own and say that we are going to do this, we are going to have this, we want to do this. Okay. So it's a very good achievement. Okay. We are not waiting just to be told on what
very
to
well.
do.
You know, I feel excited. I am, I don't know, because I'm a woman, because I'm a lady, I'm a girl child, I feel excited on your behalf as well. Are you excited? I don't know even why I'm excited. I don't even know the reason as to why I'm feeling excited. Because the world is celebrating me, the world is celebrating women, I'm celebrating those whom I accompany with, my mother, my sisters, my daughter. I celebrate you all. But on a day like this, we are seeing trends, we are seeing movements to women liberation. But this particular one is coming on with the theme of highlighting about sustainable tomorrow for better tomorrow, for today to make sustainable tomorrow. That means we have to start to get today, highlighting some themes of climate change, environmental protection. Maybe how can you react on such sub-themes of this particular theme?
Now, whatever you do today determines what is going to happen tomorrow. So when you're setting your goals, when you're trying to come up with those measures that will to improve the tomorrow, the future, you have to make sure that whatever you do has to be done positively to have that positive impact in our world. Now, being the theme, actually, it is coming alongside with a woman who is supposed to do what? To have that better tomorrow. As far as the weather, as far as the environment, as far as everything is concerned, the population of a woman, if you are to empower that woman, if you are to make that woman make the positive impacts in that society, in this society of today, actually, so we expect to have the better tomorrow that is good in all angles, including financial, including the climate change, in each and every, even health, by the way. So it is we women that are there behind seated, knowing that whatever we do today in every angle, it is going to have the positive impact in the future. Yeah.
Okay then. And then there is this ongoing campaign, especially for this particular Women's Day International celebration, where we are saying breaking the bias, breaking the bias. What do you have to say about breaking the bias? What even bias? Is the society biased about women?
Yes, it is. It is a lot. You see me today, someone is going to say, she cannot run that. You can be somewhere and say, you know, I can take that. And someone's going, no. You know, Rita, you're not a man. If we're to give you this, you're going to delay us. You're going to make us fail, or maybe you're going to you're not going to deliver as we expect. But why don't you try to break that bias and say, let the woman do. And then you judge from where she is and say, you know, you can do this. Or even you empower her, because yes, not delivering does not mean necessarily that it's because I'm a woman. Even a man can fail to deliver, you know that. But then if we are to put that, to have that bias, you know, she's a woman. She can't make early morning. She's a woman. You know, she can't climb there. She's a woman, she can't do maybe, she can't do mathematics.
Painting.
Actually, she can't paint, yeah.
She can't
be a mechanical engineer.
She can't do carpentry.
Yes. So we have to break that bias. To break that bias, to build the future. To make our tomorrow better than any other time, because here we are dealing with the young women. We're not just concentrating on the women that are, who are very old or who are very matured, but also
we are building a generation.
Yes, the generation begins down there where we see a girl child that needs to be empowered. So if we are to say that we break that bias, that means we can make the girl even interested in, so I'm going to be a mechanical engineer. I'm going to my career to start this, you know, I'm going to do this. I'm also, I can be a pilot, I can do. So we break that bias to have the future, the bright future, because even our population is so high compared to men. So if we are to really empower, or if we are to make the woman be seen that much, that means our future is going to be built by the people, by the majority actually, the majority. Because if the world's population counting women as we are many,
the majority,
it means we will be the majority who can build this world.
Okay, then.
Yes.
I like that. Well, we can run the world if we are, I mean, better off in regards to numbers more than the men. That means we are even bound to build much potential more than the male gender. But I don't want to get that gender bias there, because at least we're trying to break the gender bias. Am I right?
Yeah,
and then
right.
there has been, like you're saying, bias in society creating attachments to women, this and that. And there are now the reason the rising concern about gender equality. I do not know the equality I need as Rita, if it's the quality Bahat the equality Bahat needs, equality. I don't know the equation that you would want, or what exactly do you want to be equal to the other gender. You can comment that on our comment section. You could share with us, what is that equity equation you would want to see? What is that equity world, equality world you would want to see, Bahat?
I would wish to see more female leaders. Personally, I would wish to see leaders that are also standing there saying that I'm a female, I can contest, and I'm going to win. Okay? I don't want to be based too much on favors, but I want also to be women to know that you have to be in that world that there's too much competition. And you have to make sure that you're putting yourself into that situation that you can compete with the other gender, of course. And then in that competition, where you're going to be, say that we've got this a leader, we have a leader, not only in, if it is in any hierarchy in the government or any, maybe let's say the company organization. I'm expecting to see that if it is that position, a very high position, if for example it is a CEO position, I'm expecting to see not to have that, okay, Rita and Bahati, you know you cannot compete for this position. No, I'm expecting her to say it is a free, compete for that and let's see who is going to win. So the equality I'm also looking at, if we are, I don't want to enter too much into home kind of, you know, the domestic affairs, but I'm also expecting to see if we are at home, a husband and a wife. If I'm saying I'm waking up very early in the morning, I'm going to work, I'm also expecting the other gender to say, yeah, my wife is working. I don't expect the other gender to say, oh, no, you have to wait for first me to leave and then you leave after me. It is
then
somehow,
you leave last.
Yes.
Or you shouldn't go to work and you're working for the family.
Yeah. And if it is in acquiring assets, I'm also expecting the same thing. We are going to buy a land. I'm also going to have one. Or we can share one.
Wait, you would prefer to have your own land, not sharing with your
Now, there's
husband.
this tendency.
Okay.
There's, no. Why should we share?
I mean, your family, you've come together.
Okay, that one is a bit deep, but I'm not expecting a man to tell me that, of course, Rita, if they're going to acquire that land and your man is not there, don't expect your name to be there. But it is family and it is counted as one. I want us all to own the assets equally.
Okay.
Yes.
That create this debate of joint bank accounts. I don't know if you have heard that.
In fact, that's where I was going.
Okay, then.
That's where I was going. So, in any financial concerns, I'm also expecting to have that same, you know, my wife, this is our money, whether I'm working or I'm not working. This is our account. This is where we keep our things. I'm not expecting a man to say, okay, I have my personal and then we have the joint account. That one is really going to distort the whole meaning of equity. So let us have everything together, so that we can build everything together. Because that one is also going to help the family, the kids. When we grow up, if we have girls at home, we teach them, when you go there, you know, you are the same as the other man you're going to be to be with. So we don't expect to see our young generation getting involved maybe into any affairs, and they feel that they are maybe gender kind of they are left behind because they are girls or what. So the gender equality, it is something so sensitive and very, very important, because when you empower a woman and when you make a woman be in the same level with you,
empowering the nation.
Yes, of course, you've empowered the nation, the world at large.
The world. And but growing up, I grew up in an extended family. Like we lived many people in a home, the surrounding. I mean, though not in one house, my aunties had their own, but it's a big family. I come from a very big family, extended family. And then as I was growing, and now I see there is a tendency that people do not want that kind of setting anymore, especially around here, the country. For some reasons I don't know, maybe you can share with us your experience. And then we're also seeing, there is also an observation I'm looking at, and public concerns, especially the elderly are raising it, that, oh my God, the generation of this dead is something else. There is no respect, there is no kneeling for the elderly, because we grew up kneeling. I don't know whether you grew up kneeling to, you know, elderly greetings. So there is now how things are changing with their tendency of schools. The generation is changing, everything is changing. Do you notice any changes as we move further? And this again is being tagged on to women, because I mean, if you're the one upbringing children at home, the biases or the tag is on you. Maybe how can you react to that?
Now, on that bit, I think, is it because we have a lot of changing of the environment, the generation being too exposed to other cultures. I don't really tag it to women. African culture is always going to be African culture. If you are up to now, there are certain tribes in different parts of Africa, they do kneel down. But then, what is the measure of respect? That is the question. Our kids are really exposed to the world that maybe it is not ours, maybe it is not for a particular culture. Because if you leave the kids aside and they get maybe to see the internet, what is going on, and watching on television what is going on, so they will obviously copy. We don't really target to women, because I play my best to make sure that I raise my kids to that same way as I was raised by my mother. But then, if you give them the gap, and more, if you count 1.5 years back, 2 years back, when we got hit so bad by Corona, you see that, you know, parents, we really shopped for the gadgets for our kids, so that they can, you know, at least not get busy and stop being idle outside there. But then trying to make them not to be idle, it is somehow, it spoiled the kids. But then it keeps coming back to the women. I think if it is our role to play at home as a family, let it not be only on women's side, saying that we blame women, why are kids getting spoiled, why are kids not observing our African culture, or a certain tribe, maybe because we have norms, we have rules, and we have traditions. So we believe that if we are going to play the same part in a family, let a man also be responsible. Not only a woman being to be blamed by maybe a teenager pregnancy. No. Let's sit together as a family and divide the responsibilities. Yes, those years back, women used to remain behind and leave their husbands to go and work. So women would play the biggest role in nurturing their kids. But then, in this world we're in right now, women have also to, they have also to look for money. They have to go out there, they have to try to make their lives better, because you cannot just depend on a man.
When will you attain
Yes.
the sustainable development?
Yes. So if it is about family, I would wish the responsibility to be for both of us, and try to see our generation, our kids' future is built in that sense that it is for our culture.
Okay.
And the blame shouldn't go to maybe a mother or what.
Or a father.
Yes, because if we
Neither
were to
dad
do
or-
that, they will not create that time of saying, you know, I have to take care of my kids, I have to see what they are trying to search, you know, I have to make sure that they kneel down while greeting their grannies or their mommy or you know. So if you leave it to only, what if a woman gets sick or they die, or maybe
What if they die? 'Cause
Yes.
dying is, you know, a natural
Yes.
cause.
Are you going to just leave a kid get spoiled just because, you know, I'm a man and I cannot check and it is my wife's responsibility? No, 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 no. We have to play that equal chance, equal part in nurturing our kids.
At least
home.
you're shining a light on
Yeah.
equality here, because we need equality. But you may be there, you don't even know what kind of equity or equality you're even looking for. And now let's speak women in business, Bahati. At least you're a business lady. For the time I've interacted with you, you have highlighted more and more business ideas. How do you find it, you know, balancing work, balancing family, and then you have got your business?
It's a really challenging kind of situation, more especially for women, because when you're a woman and you're coming up with a business idea, it starts the very first time when you're thinking about the business. Now imagine you're working and you have to do research, because thinking goes alongside research. Now if I can't get enough time to do my research, that means somehow I'm going to delay the process. Though I have an idea that I want to do this and this, but I have to search. So there I have to create more time for my work, my homework, and also thinking about the business. You can imagine that. You know, a man can just move, drive his car thinking I'm going to do this and this. Even at the office, he can create his time and do this. Now me, I have to first balance. I have to go home, you know, while cooking, maybe washing. I'm thinking about, you know, I want to start my business. I want to come up with a business. Then I'm getting, a kid is coming, you know, mommy, I want this. I have to say, okay, I'm going to push it for tomorrow. It takes time. It is a challenging situation. But as a woman, at the end of the day, you have to do what you have to do. Yes, you have to do, you have to come up with something. You have to say that apart from my work, I have this something little that can also push me. Because at the end of the day, we don't just have that dream to be employed forever. We also have that dream to say, okay, one day I also being
my
fully,
own boss.
Yes, my
and
own boss.
Speaking about dreams, Bahati, if you could, because there is a dream of, it's now a dream of wanting to go to work, of wanting to break society rules that have been tagged onto women, remain in the kitchen, do not come to the table. And we have seen women, for example, during luxury life, leisure time, most of the women, when you interact with them, hey, where is your wife? And like, oh, your way worker, like that belongs to home. They do not tend to associate with them maybe outside, because they, I do not know, man, please, you can share with me. Why do you always feel that woman or the mother of your kids is not entitled to go out with you, but you rather take someone so-called fresh away from that? And now there is this pressure of equality move, equality drive. Every woman feels, or most of the women feel, they are not doing enough, or maybe they are not even worth or not enough. Is there time to break, or when is that time to break that pressure, the relations, the society tags on us, that's where you belong? When do I break that? And if so, should I be on pressure really, Bahat, to make sure that, okay, I think I have to go to work, I think I have to make this? Should there be pressure?
Now, that pressure which we feel that we have it within us, it is because we want to create an impact to a certain thing. It is a natural thing. Even actually, I think men, they also feel the same. But it is not the same with us in a sense that we have that, we feel that we can't do much. So, and we want to do much. With the exposure we are having now, we want to do much. Now, I can just give you this scenario. We want to increase women business in Uganda. We want to make women participation in business being that much increased, and you say that, okay, we have good number of women that are out there doing certain business. But just imagine in just Uganda, it is Kampala, maybe, and Wakiso district that you see women are really there.
Trying to engage hard and harder.
You see salons, you see, actually this is according to statistics. Kampala has a lot of business ladies.
And Wakiso.
But ask yourself, what about the women that are deep down in the village? You can imagine the pressure they're having. They want to create that impact, but maybe there is little sensitization to how or where they can begin. This is taking us now to the something like a lot of campaigns that are coming up to help women or to help, sensitization. But these campaigns are not specifically for women. They are those private campaigns, but those big campaigns that we expect, maybe if you're coming to the campaign wealth creation, if you're coming to the campaigns that the current campaign, actually the parish model development,
now the parish, yes,
I would expect them to start begin with women parish model development.
Okay.
Yes.
So they should highlight the word women parish development model.
In a sense that we want to see women, you know, given that chance, priority, compared to the, I want them to work alongside our population, to match our population with the campaigns, saying that if we have 10,000 women and 500 men, then let's begin with 10,000 women, because we expect if you are to empower them and give them this money, they will create something so fast because they are high in number. But then if you are to create something, because of course I'm expecting most of those who can hear or can understand or who can say that, okay, there is this and this, let me go for it, most of them, they're men. Because if
so they are scrambling for opportunities. Exactly. And they can reach, you know, we women, we have certain areas that we are limited to say that, now I'm going to fight for this. I'm going to make a line. I want also to register. You are pregnant, you have kids, you are seated somewhere in village. You're just making me remember. I happened to go, sorry to cut you short, I happened to go to the village the recent Christmas and using the bus, public means. But I tell you, it was just a tug of war, confliction at the bus terminal to get into the bus, because everyone wants to enter. The buses are limited, there is a number of people. And then you are seeing people fighting for the bus. How about the one who is pregnant and carrying a baby? Women are just standing like this and then letting the men fight each other to enter the bus. You can imagine. You just reminded me of that.
In fact, I would
Indeed,
also,
there are some times where we can't reach, we can't maneuver.
In fact, I would also suggest to have a special bus for the women who are pregnant and
who to give us
less
that
privileged.
bus? Who to give
the
us?
government, of course.
To take us where?
Yeah. If I'm going to travel for Christmas, or if I'm going to my village, I am heavily pregnant, I can't transport myself, I don't have private transportation, I'm expecting to see that, you know, if I'm going to the bus park, also to have that transportation that is special for women, saying that I'm also going to be carried in the bus. It is funny.
Because I mean,
it is funny.
Right. You
it is
never
funny,
know.
but
I'm carrying a
healthically,
president in my belly.
Exactly. Now, healthically, by the way, it is funny, but healthically, it is something very important. Because these days, you even enter that bus and find people are very, even these taxis just along Kampala here, you can enter and then you find people, maybe they don't care about you, they squeeze you and you feel like, am I really in this world to be tortured?
Let us go into a break, we return. We're heading to a break shortly. We're going to return, still giving more motivations and inspirations on how you can boost your business and also sustain that living for development for future generations as a woman. SMB continues.